Okay, you can start now.
Can
I
I?
think they will slowly joining later.
All right. I just don't want
Thanks,
them to
Kay.
miss, but it's okay then. I will just start
Okay,
because.
thanks, Kay.
All right. Thanks. Hi everyone. I have RBU here, and I have Aisha and Sharwani. Do you mind turning on your video for a while? I would like to have a look at your faces as well, please. Hi guys,
Hi,
three of you here.
good
Yes.
morning.
Talk to me, please.
Just a
Yes.
moment. Just a moment, please.
Yeah, can. All right, so yeah, it would be nice to see you guys. So rather than me speaking to the screen, I would love to see your faces and interact with you as well. Will that be good? Okay. Hi, Aisha.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so we keep having people entering. Liana, would you be able to admit them, please? So I can just focus on my presentation today. Okay.
Can, Kay. I will admitting them.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday morning to be with me, and I really, really hope that I'm going to add a lot of value today during this session. This is going to be like a 45-minute session, and after that, I'm going to open for Q&A. So, you can ask me any questions that you have. All right. So, I will try my best to answer. If I cannot answer, I will get back to you with the answer. All right. Okay. So, our topic today that I'm going to share with you guys, rather than saying training or teaching what, I'm going to share with you something that I've been doing all this while and which has worked with for me, and I'm sure it can work for you as well. All right. So, how are we going to create a winning social media strategy? Right. So before we go into the slides or the session, let me just briefly introduce myself because you might have never seen me before, right? So let me just introduce myself. My name is Kayatthri Krishnasamy. I'm a digital marketing trainer, and I'm also a practitioner. I'm a certified trainer, a digital marketing person, as well as a practitioner. Practitioner in the sense of I am running my own social media agency, whereby I'm servicing corporate clients to, run campaigns for them, manage their social media, website, SEO, and everything. All right. So that's what I do. And apart from that, I am also involved very actively in teaching and training public, as well as I'm also tied up with a few universities in delivering my programs to them. All right. So that's very brief about me. And do get connected with me on my LinkedIn. With me on my LinkedIn. All right. So yeah. And this, if you can see some of the clients that we have, we are training them, consulting, as well as part of our social media management. All right. So these are my team. So over the past 7 years, so I've started my company like 7 years ago, 8 years to 2021 now, it's 8 years. So we've come across a lot of different clients. We have come across with a lot of different, industry, and I have quite a bit of idea or knowledge, or rather experience when it comes to social media. All right. So let's start. The first thing, right? You see, when it comes to social media marketing, one of the things that I always see that happens in the industry or with this corporate clients, right? It's always about I need to have a Facebook page. You see, I need to have an Instagram page. Now it's TikTok and Clubhouse, so I need to have my presence in all these pages without knowing why. You see? So it's not about creating a Facebook page and just chunking a lot of posts, create content and start putting up your content without having a clear understanding why you need to be on social media. You see, is social media the way moving forward? Definitely yes. But why? What is the things that you need to understand? What can you gain from social media? So the first thing when you want to develop a social media strategy, the first thing to have a goal, set your objective. All right. So you might want to just write this down, or you just type it somewhere, or I can just type in the chat box. So there is this strategy that we call it's a business and marketing planning framework that we call SOSTAG marketing. Okay, this is a called SOSTAG marketing model. I'm just typing in the chat box here. So what is SOSTAG marketing model? This, guys, is like for any businesses, for any marketing, before you start doing it, run a SOSTAG marketing plan first. This is like a process-based structure where you have six process where you start from identifying where you are right now to creating an objective, creating a strategy, implementing certain tactics, and after that having action is meaning basically who is going to you define your key roles, and finally you have your control, having a KPI. So do check out about SOSTEC marketing. If you need more explanation about SOSTEC marketing, I can help you. So just get connected with me. Why I'm not able to run too much of things on SOSTEC marketing? Trust me, it takes at least 2 hours to complete the whole SOSTEC marketing thing. All right. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a brief, or rather a comprehensive, not very brief, but very comprehensive idea on having a proper social media strategy. All right. So the first one, like I meant, you must have a goal. Why do you need to be on social media? What is it that you want to achieve? Have a goal. The goal need to be strategic and meaningful goal for you, for the progress of a business. All right. So that's number one. And when you are making any goals, all right, when you are setting any goals for your personal style, for your business, for your company, or anything, we make sure you always follow this way of making goals, which is the smart way of making goals. Do you know what is the smart way of making goals? Anyone? Do interact with me, guys. Do interact with me. Aisha, you went missing already. Okay, so yeah, anyone, do you know what is SMART goal?
Sorry, Miss Kayatthri. When I on the video, my line is buffering, so I
Okay,
can't hear
okay,
you
no
clearly.
problem. It's okay, no problem. So tell me, who knows what is SMART goal?
My understanding is specific, measurable, achievable, reliable, and also the
Time bound.
timely. Timely.
Timely. All right, so very good, very good. So that is SMART goal. You see, whenever you are setting a goal, it has to follow certain format. And SMART goal is actually a very organized way and a proper way on setting goals, because you kind of like cover all the angles. Your goal need to be measurable. It cannot be vague and it not measurable. Like for example, I want a specific, sorry, it starts with specific. It has to be specific. Rather than saying that I want to increase the number of fans in my Facebook page, you have to say how many number, what is the number, how many people that you want to follow you on your Facebook page. For example, I want to have like 1000 people to follow me on my Facebook page by end of July 2021. For example, that is being specific. And is it measurable? Yes, it's measurable. When you start using keywords, or rather buzzwords, like I want to increase brand awareness, you don't have a certain measure for brand awareness, but you have other metrics that you can attach to brand awareness, that you can measure, that attach to brand awareness. Like for example, you want to increase number of followers, you want to increase number of mention, you want to increase number of likes and shares. All this engagement can be directly related to branding, brand awareness. All right, so the second thing is measurable. After that, you have SMAR. SMA. A stands for attainable or achievable. You see, when you want to set a goal, make it a bit challenging, not something that you can achieve very easily. Make it a bit challenging. All right, so at the same time comes the R. It has to be realistic as well. You cannot say that I want to increase like 1 million followers in the next 1 month. Yeah, you can purchase followers and increase like that, but I tell you, it's a bad idea to purchase followers. If you have any idea like that, please forget about it. All right, have proper realistic ideas on how you're going to increase the number of followers. And finally, T stands for time bound. So time bound here means that you need to have a deadline. You need to know when you want to achieve this. Why? Because one, it will give you a sense of urgency. Second, it will be a motivating factor for you to achieve also. If you don't set a timeline or you don't set a deadline, what's going to happen? You're just going to go on and go on until you achieve the 1,000 followers. Don't know when it's going to take you. All right. So that is setting your goals using the smart way, right? Now, what kind of goals do you set? So these are some of the goals that I've identified. These are some of the goals that I've identified. And when working with some corporate clients and all, these goals actually from most of my clients, uh, regardless from which background, these are like common goals that we want to achieve for them. And after that, we might also have specific goals. Like for example, they want to increase the number of sales. They want to increase the number of leads for intakes and stuff. So that is very much specific goal. And this, what I've listed here is some of these, what I call very common goal among most of my corporate clients, which you can look into as well. So some of the goals that you might want to look into is like getting increasing brand awareness. You know, when you have your brand, when you have a brand, you want to be able, you want people to know about your brand. All right, so you need to make sure you do activities that you can that can make you achieve your branding and brand awareness. All right, so that can be your goal, number one. Number two is increase the number of leads. All right, so it's just not normal leads. You can get so many leads, but increasing the number of quality leads is very important, because only these quality leads can actually convert or translate into sales. All right, so the second thing here is increasing the number of leads, and then improve your ROI. You see, everything that you do on social media, it involves a lot of effort, your time, and definitely money, because you will be running ads, paid ads and stuff, right? So you want to measure what kind of return that you are getting, return on investment that you are getting from your social media activities, and you have to keep improving it. Your return must be high, your return must be good, right? So let's say you're spending 1 ringgit, you should be able to get back at least 2 ringgit, so something like that. So that is your return on investment. And make it, if you don't have it in mind now, make sure ROI is one of your goals. All right, and of course increasing conversion. When you have people coming to your website, you want to convert them into doing some activity, sales, add to cart, purchase, or sign up to a newsletter. So whatever that you want them to do, or subscribe to certain channels, or all these are considered conversion. All right, so you want to increase conversion, growing your fan base, loyal fan base. And then finally is something that I would always say, it's every marketing person's dream come true. Basically, what you want to do, you want to create or build a community of loyal followers. All right, do you think that's important, creating a community of loyal followers? I think it's very, very important, especially at this era, during this pandemic time, where a lot of brands are online. A lot of brands who you never even heard of them being online are online now. All right. So there's a sharp increase of people spending time online. So this is where your competition is also going up. So you need to have your repeat customers who keep on coming and purchasing from you, getting your product, getting your service. So these people must be there. And whenever anyone asks on social media for a reference, they must jump in and say your name. So then you know that you have already have a fan base, loyal followers who are going to support you. So that is something that you need to achieve as well. All right. So that, my friends, is the first thing that you need to do in order for you to develop a social media strategy. First thing, identify your goals, write it down. If you have a team, do it with your team, because this is not a one person's decision, it's a collective decision for the benefit of the company. If you're a solopreneur, if you're one man show, or you're a trainer or consultant, or you're doing business and you're only the person involved in it, then you can do it with, you are in total control of this. But the idea here is, make sure you identify the goals and write it down. All right, so that is the first thing to do. And then the second thing is, Once you already identify your goals, the next thing, you already have your product, you already have your service. All right, now the thing here is you need to identify your target audience. And guys, all these things is even before you start creating a Facebook page, even before you're creating an Instagram page or whatever social media pages. I'm not talking only about Facebook, it can be any social media platform. Right, so before you create any social media platform, make sure you have a goal. Second thing, very very important, to identify your target audience. You see, every business will have its unique target audience, and you need to identify them. In social media, you need to talk to the right person. I always say this, you see, social media is not like I create one post and I hope that it talks to everyone. It's not like that. Social media is the moment you create something, the moment you want to sell something, a product or services, right? So you create a content for that. And after that, what happens? You want to be able to reach to that someone, not everyone, but to that someone. All right, so you need to speak to that someone, and you need to know who this someone is, who very detailed, very, you kind of like need to dig deep and know a lot of things about them. All right, so that is identifying your target audience. So one of the things that we do in Sostek marketing, right? So one of the things that we do in the, as the first one, situational analysis, is to identify or do a customer analysis, right? So 6W customer analysis model. This is a 6W model for customer analysis. So this will actually give you a clear understanding, a basic. I'm not saying this is like this is a basic understanding, because you need to dig deep some more, you see. So have a basic understanding of who your customer are. All right. So what is 6W model of a customer analysis? Basically, you need to answer 6 sets of questions. All right. First is who, what, where, when, and 2 times of why. So what are these questions? These are these questions. The first question that you need to answer idea, you know, the rough idea. You don't go and ask, hey, how much you're making a month. No, you don't do that, but you have like a rough idea on how much they are actually making and all, right? And then you might want to know what's their, you know, education. All right, and then the next thing is, what do this customer of your, the current and the potential customer, do with the product? This is not, let's say I'm selling a cake, you don't say that they eat my cake. It's not like that. It's the value proposition. Value proposition means, why do they need to buy your product? What do they get when they buy your product? Okay, so to answer that, so what do they get when they buy your product? So what do they use it for themselves? Do they kind of like gift it to another person, or what do they do with the product? All right, have some understanding there as well. And everything here, guys, write it down, document it. All right, must write it down. Type it, write it, whichever, must do it. All right. And then the third question is, where do they purchase? Is it online? Is it offline? Or do they have to call to place an order? So whichever it is, all right, identify that as well. And then the fourth question is, when do they buy this product or services? Okay, can be product, can be services, can be anything. Just you know, put a slash and put services there. All right. So when do they buy? Is it your product is a very much a situational purchase, or is it a seasonal purchase? All right, like for example, situational purchase is if I'm a florist or a baker, if I have a bakery. So situational, it means whenever there's a celebration like graduation, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, and stuff like that, the bouquet gets, you know, people sell the bouquet. When you have a wedding or even funeral, right? So they do some garland and all that, right? So that is situational. Is it seasonal? Do you have like for example, one of our client is Yusuf Tayyib. So it's very seasonal. Whenever it's a Ramadan period, so we have a lot of sales of dates, right? So all this kurma, different type of kurma, you see a sharp increase during that. So that's very much seasonal, right? So identify whether your customer, when do they buy this product? If you can see a trend in a year or in a monthly basis, is it during payday? So you can do an analysis based on that as well. Okay. And then the last two question is very important. Why do they buy from you? Okay, the customers are purchasing from you for a certain reason. So this is your USP, unique selling point. People are purchasing for you for certain uniqueness that you have. All right, so list it down. What is your unique selling point? And sometimes we overlook our unique selling point, you see. So this is where your customer testimony are very important. You want to go back to your customer's testimony. So if you're not getting your customer's testimony, start getting them already. Okay, so because the testimonies will actually tell you a lot of stories, right? So they will be highlighting things that we kind of like overlook, or we don't really we take for granted, things like apart from the product or services, how they feel, like for example the fast delivery, right? They really like your customer service. So there can be a lot of other things. So this will be your unique selling points, and this is what you need to write it here. Why do they buy from you? They buy from you for a certain reason. List it down. All right. And then comes another thing, another question: why they don't buy from you? So when they don't buy from you, it's okay. It's not that they don't like you. It's nothing personal. Okay, just remember, it's nothing personal. Be very rational and think about it. Why is this? These are my target audience, but why are they not purchasing from me? Could be price factor, could be just their preference, all right? Could be the location. You could be a bit far from them or what, all right? So there could be a lot of reasons here. So just identify all this, write it down. Second thing, identifying your audience. Okay. Then the third thing is understanding your social media audience. Every social media platforms are unique. All right. The way people behave on social media is different from platform to platform. How you behave on Facebook is totally different from how people behave on LinkedIn, for example. All right. How people behave on Instagram is different from how people behave on Twitter. Every social media platform has its uniqueness. Tap into the uniqueness. Why? Because only then you know which social media you need to be. All right. Like for example, if you see, this is the advertising audience profile. All right. So basically, um, um, which age group of people are responding to advertisements. All right, if you can see here, the highest number is from yeah, I would say this 25 to 34. This is general, so these people are quite high in spending and responding to advertisement. And something very interesting, if you can see, uh, at every age group, most of the time it's male who are spending more. And all this while, actually, this is a very latest, this year's one, you see, this year's report for Malaysia, in fact, right? Because all this while we feel like female purchase a lot of things, right? But when it comes to social media, we see a trend where male are actually responding to social adverts. Okay, so understand your audience, and then based on that, know where they you have to be. Okay, another thing, sorry, before I go to first, another thing, right? You don't need to be on all social media platform, that's for sure. Identify maybe two, all right, and create content for this too. Why I'm saying that, I do feel that a lot of people has this thing, FOMO, fear of missing out. So the moment there's a new social media platform appears, I need to be there. You straight away jump in and create an account there, and then leave it just like that. So that's bad for business, very bad for business. You see, when people are searching for you on certain platforms and they see your presence there with no presence, like you have a rumah tapi totally usang, no one is there, right? So that's not good. So focus on the platforms where your audience are based on their age group. Let's say your product is very much catered for a bit of an older generation, maybe 35 above. So you can be on Facebook. All right. So if you have like very young generation, not very young, like younger generation, like around 34 to below 34, around 34 years old, then you can be on Instagram. If your audience seems to be like really, really younger than that, and be on TikTok. All right. So these are the places that you need to be. So think through your audience. That's why the analysis of the audience is very important. After that, you decide which social media platform you need to be in. All right. But what I would also suggest is, since Facebook is kind of like the king of social media, and the popularity is still there. All right. Facebook, YouTube is still considered one of the largest social media. So you can always have your Facebook presence, and then choose one more or two more additional platform. That's fine. All right. You don't have to have too many. All right, guys. Okay. Then the that's the fourth, this is the fifth. Okay, the next thing that you need to do is do a competitor analysis. Okay, you see, a lot of businesses, almost all the businesses, you will definitely have competitors, and look for competitors who are worthy to be followed. All right, it's not like someone that you feel like is a competitor, but when you go to the Facebook page, no posting, no engagement, less than 1000 people following the page. So but you feel like they're competitor. Yes, real life they're competitor, but on social media they're not your competitor, right? Look for real life worthy competitor who really are doing well on social media, because why? Only then you can learn from them, right? Don't see your competitors as enemies. They are amazing source for you to learn. All right. So look at your competitors, identify these questions now. So what are their focus? Where they are focusing? What kind of audience they are actually targeting? What is their campaign, key campaigns, what kind of campaigns they do, what kind of ads they run, and how are they delivering their marketing messages, and why are they getting so much of engagement? So what is so different? So you will be very lucky if you're able to identify all this, and then if you can identify some missing link, some gap, so that you can fill up the gap. All right. So I'm not saying that you have to tiru bula bula whatever your competitor is doing, not like that. But take that as a reference. Take that as a reference and change it. And your competitor can be not in Malaysia, it can be from any part of the world. All right. Even better, any part of the world. But when you're doing it in Malaysia, change it for our local, regional, what do you call that, taste. We don't use white people or different race, I would say from the west side, as our model here. So when you want to create an ad, use very much Malaysia looks, people who look like Malaysian. I normally, when I go and search for my images, when we do creatives, right? So I use 123RF, or there's a lot of free stock images. So I look for Asian look, pan Asian look. So you have like a mixture of Malay, Chinese, you don't know, but they are very much Asian around this region. All right. So this is how you improvise based on certain idea. Don't churi bula bula. That's not something that I'm suggesting, but take that idea and make it better. All right. So doing a competitor analysis, right? And then now you plan your social media content. All right. Social media content will take a lot of time for you to plan. And this is something that you really need to have patience to create. So just because you already create a Facebook page, don't just start putting something without any value on your social media page. All right. So when it comes to social media content, this is what I always preach. Have you guys heard about the Pareto rule? Pareto rule says that it's a 80-20 rule that you can use in any part of your life, economic, world, health, and stuff like that. You see? So one of a very famous Pareto rule says that 80% of the world's wealth is generated by 20% of the world's population. 80% of the world's wealth is generated by 20% of the world's population, something like that. All right. Similarly, when it comes to social media content, 80% of your social media content posting and you post up to must be value added, informative, useful, and entertaining content. and then the 20% will be the sales content. When you follow this rule, right, then what happened, this 20% of sales related posts will actually bring 80% of revenue. Does that make sense? It makes a lot of sense actually, because we've done it and we've seen it. All right. So when you are doing your social media content, make sure you follow this 80-20 rule. For example, let's say you want to post 5 posts a week. You're creating 5 content a week. All right. In a month, you're going to create 20 content. So 20% from the 20 content is 5. So, four. So every week you need to have one sales post, sahaja. It's not every other day you have sales posts. No, one day in a week have sales posts. The rest, plan it out. All right, you can have a lot of different content pillars. You can have a lot of different teams that you can plan it out like that, such. Okay. All right, guys, so far so cool. Let me just go into a bit more on social media content, because this is something that my specialty is. I'm a content creator. We create a lot of content for my clients, right? So when you are doing your social media content, plan ahead. Plan ahead. First thing is, you need to identify your content pillars. So what is content pillars? If it's something new that you are hearing now, pillars ni macam it's actually I would say a team category of content. For example, let's say one of my content pillar is brand awareness. So all the posts that I'm going to post under brand awareness will be posts related to branding. Okay. And then let's say I have a value add as one of my content pillar. So this is where I want to give away tips, how to do certain things, DIY or whatever that's related to my business, right? Or related to my product. So that is the second content pillar. Then the third content pillar can be sales. Fourth content pillar can be engagement. All right. So identify these content pillars and create content under it. All right. Have an editorial calendar. Like what I've put here is a simple editorial calendar. In a glance, you'll be able to see what are the posts that's going to go up on each platform on each day in a month. You can do it like 2 weeks in ahead in advance or 1 month in advance. I won't suggest going like 2 months or 3 months in advance. Why? Because your social media post needs to be current. All right. So if you like plan too early ahead, like 6 months ahead and all that, maybe when the 6th month comes, some of the posts are not so current for that time. All right. So plan 2 weeks or a month ahead. That's fine. Have an editorial calendar. Everything must be in advance. Once you already created that, schedule it all on social media, right? Like for example, Facebook and Instagram has its own native scheduler. That means you don't have to use a third-party tool to schedule. For LinkedIn, yes, you still need to use a third-party tool to schedule, but on that day, you don't have to sit and post up in all the social media platform. At least the post will go up by its own. All right. So plan your social media content. One more tips that I'm going to give you here is on how you are going to create the content. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So also, Sharwani, I will reply to you in a short while. Just listen to this first. Okay. All right. So this is something that we do in my company also, right? So how we create content. Once we already have a content pillar, right? For example, this is for a real client, an insurance client. So one of the content pillar that we have for them is hashtag be healthy. So every week we will create a content that is related to fitness, wellness, being healthy. We promote this. All right. So we name the content pillar as hashtag be healthy. All right. So this is an ideation form that a content creator. So I have a content creator, I have a content copywriter as well as a designer. So three of them works on one what do you call that, a page. All right. So what this content creator does, she will come up with this ideation form. So in this ideation form, she will identify what is the content pillar and what kind of content needs to go under this content pillar. For example, the content pillar is be healthy, hashtag be healthy. After that content, she say like, okay, let's do this week, let's do a simple exercise that you can do at home with a dumbbell. All right. So that is the content that she has in mind. And then after that, she also need to tell which audience that she's targeting for this content. Okay, she wants to target fitness people in the fitness industry, or beginners in fitness, right, who are into fitness, mothers who are very busy to go to gym but still want to keep fit at home, and then those who are trying to lose weight, and some to motivate them that you can do simple exercise at home to lose weight and be healthy, those people who cannot go to gym, because I don't think so gym is essential, right? So yeah, so all these things, you identify the target audience first. What content? Second, who's the target audience? Third one, which social media platform that you're going to post this on? This is going to be in a video format, obviously, right? Because I need to show them how they're going to do exercise and all that. So since this particular client is already on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, so we are going to do it in all these three channels. And the content type is how are you going to present the content? So that is the content type. So it's going to be video or GIF. Okay, so this ideation form is what my content creator creates. Then what she does, she pass it on to the copywriter. Now what copywriter does is, so this is going to be your job also, so listen. Yeah, so what the copywriter is going to do now, based on this social media channels, based on this audience that she's targeting, we are targeting, all right, so she will come up with captions. Okay, so captions for Facebook, Instagram can be almost the same, but in Instagram we have a lot of hashtag. You can go up to 30 hashtags on Instagram. I suggest use it all 30. All right, and on YouTube we call it description. Since YouTube is being indexed by Google, we need to have a lot of keywords there. All right, so our description can be longer, and we have all the other social media links as well there. All right, so based on this content, you will create all these captions or description, and once that is done, both of them will send the work to the designer. Now the designer's job is to create the video or a GIF based on this. So once this is done, then we will be able to send it to the client. Once we went through, we send it to the client. If client approves, then we post it up. So you can just minus the client part and create all this, right? So far so good, guys. Okay, the 20% sell include Facebook ads. No, Sharwani, this is not Facebook ads. Facebook ads come separately. What I'm trying to say is the content that you're going to post, all right? If you're going to post like 5 content a week, right? For example, one is brand awareness, one is promotion, sales, all right? That's the 20%, and you can have any other things. So now you decide which one that you want to promote. You can promote branding, you can promote sales related products. So that is where Facebook ads comes in. Earlier it's all about what kind of content that you want to create. All right, okay guys, oh, communicate a little bit. All right, okay, so
Good.
all right, thank you. So then what happens? You already created post, all right? Before posting, make sure your business pages, all right? Of course, you're going to do it on a business page, jangan buat on personal page, right? So your business pages needs to be optimized, all right? All the social media pages, right? We have to make sure you create a proper look, you create a proper style guide. What is the color coordination that you want to use, what kind of tone of voice that you want to be on that. And of course, when it comes to Facebook, you need to make sure you have certain things ready, like your cover photo, your profile image, your description, your about, your call to action. So all these things are considered optimization. So again, optimization, to teach about optimization also going to take very long, but I'm just going to tell you, make sure your page is complete before you post up anything. All right, then, oops, why it's not working? All right, then once you start posting, what do you need to do? Sit back, relax, and enjoy? No, this is where you will start doing your work. When you start posting, you need to encourage people to engage with you. So when people really engage with you, this is how when you kind of like engage back with them, communicate with them, respond to their questions. This is something that a lot of businesses not doing. When you get PM, like 5-6 days ago, I got a PM, then I do never really answer. That's not good, guys. So when people are PMing you, answer it. All right, that's chatbots. So you can just create chatbots for free, and you can just, it's so easy to create chatbots. You have like Chatfuel, ManyChat, and all these tools that you can use to create chatbots and integrate it with your Facebook. When if you have a website and you have live chat, integrate it back with your Facebook as well, so whatever chat that you have there, you will get in your messenger. All right, so the ideally you need to engage with them. All right, and then also work on building a community. All right, work on your target audience, where they are. All right, in Facebook you have a lot of groups. All right, identify relevant groups, then you can share in the groups, be a bit outspoken in the group, talk so that people can feel your presence, can see your presence. All right, so engage with them on the group level and then bring them back to your business page. Okay, and that's very much for B2C. Let's say you are in B2B. I don't know how many of you are into B2B, and if you're not on LinkedIn, you're missing a big thing here. All right, be on LinkedIn for B2B clients, or even for your personal branding. Be on LinkedIn, it works wonderfully well. All right guys, so engage and build your community. Then this is where I think Sharwani's question, ads. You see, ads, you can get a certain miles, a certain reach with organic, right? But not all can be happening through organic. At one point of a time, you need to consider running Facebook ads or any other social media ads, paid ads, for example. All right. So most of the social media platform has its own ads. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all these platforms, LinkedIn, they all have a paid promotion. So you might want to consider that. Why? Because it's important as well. If you want to reach wider audience, you want to really reach your targeted audience, you want only these people to see your post, you want only these people to interact with your content, so run a targeted ads. All right, and will be very helpful for you to promote certain products, services, or whatever content that you have, selling, increasing brand awareness, brand recognition. So paid promotion has a lot of benefits as well. All right, just that paid promotion also has its own strategy. All right, you just need to understand how, for example, Facebook ads works, and then work along like that. But again, when it comes to ads, I won't say that everything is going to be easy or what. There's a lot of work that is involved behind it. All right, but equip yourself with this knowledge, and then start running paid promotion. Okay, then once you already run paid promotion, once you already start posting up a lot of things, and then you don't sit back, relax, and enjoy, you need to track your results. You need to generate report. We do it on a monthly basis. Generate your report, analyze your report, see how we can improvise or optimize. All right, so this is very important, because if you don't track your result, you will never know what is actually working right, what is not working right, which campaign is successful, which campaign is not successful. And don't go after vanity metrics like a lot of likes means the post is really good. It's really easy to get likes, so don't go for vanity metrics like likes and all that. Go for meaningful metrics like conversion, how many people actually purchasing, how many people actually signing up, the leads, so that are more important. All right, so Facebook has its own built-in report when you run Facebook ads and all that. The only thing here is we on Facebook pages that you will see inside Facebook Insight. It gives you a lot of information, but too bad, it's a sad thing that Insight is going to go off, I think by June, end of June, 30th of June, I suppose, right? So you won't have any access to Facebook Insight anymore. So, but if you want to have like a third-party tools that can also help you to track and monitor your social media activities, and this is free some more, so you can look into tools like Zoom Social, Crowdfire, what I've put here, Hootsuite. All these are free, you can use for free. Quintly is something that I've been using for many years now, but of course this is paid one, because we go in depth with customer analysis, we go in depth with our competitor analysis and stuff. We kind of like create a what do you call the formula on what we want to monitor. So Quintly works for that. It's paid one. The rest you can use it for free. All right, do check it out. All right. Okay. So far, do you have any question, guys? Because I'm just going to go very fast here, and I'm going to just share with you some trends that you need to look out in 2021. All right, so just to recap our social media strategy, the very important thing that you need to write it down or get it started is start by having a proper goals. Right, have a goal. The very important thing to create a winning social media strategy, having goals. All right, and then look into your target audience, look into your competitor, you know what they are doing, work on the social media platform, which social media platform, identify the social media platform, optimize the social media platform, start creating content, very good content based on the content pillar. And when we are creating content, follow the ideation form that I shared just now. Start from ideation, so it gives you a clear idea. Okay, this is the content that I'm creating, and it's going to serve certain people, so this is the outcome that I want from that. All right, have that. Look into running promotions, ads. All right, look into running ads. Not all, you can select which post that you want to run ads. All right, look into that. And once you're doing all this, do not forget to track and measure. Must track, must measure. Testing and measuring is very, very important. All right, guys, so that is all the social media strategies that you have in order, that is all the social media strategies you need to have in order to have a good return from your social media activities. These strategies, make sure you have this in place. Okay, so what I'm going to also do as an add-on, just give me a bit more time. All right, before I open the session for Q&A, is some of the trends that you want to look for in 2021. All right, actually already started. Okay, so one of the things that if you remember, if you can see, or at least, right, you can see that a lot of social media videos are on the rise. All right, so a lot of people are creating video content, and video content is being pushed by all these social media platform. So if you have video content, you get more reach. All right, and then you will be able to also monetize from this video content. All right, so start creating more video content. When you are on Instagram has reels. So reels actually is like a direct competitor with TikTok. Everyone knows that, right? So, and now particularly this point of time, because all the social media platform want to keep you in that platform for the longest time. All right, so when reels came, right, it's while it's a direct competitor to TikTok, reels video will have higher reach now. If you see, this is the way where Instagram wants to keep you there in their platform. All right, so create more video. This is the best time to create more reels related video, and then post it up, share it on your social media platforms. All right, all these are the trends to look out for. The second thing is a social commerce. All right, so this might be a new term for you. Social commerce means it's not only social media that you people see, people consume. This is where people start purchasing. Social commerce is the future. You see, every businesses now are on social media, and those who are not, they can see that they cannot sustain without social media, especially this pandemic. This pandemic became like a kick in a butt, or what, so that please be on social media kind of a thing. And then now people realize that how important social media is when everyone is locked down, cannot go out and all, with companies or businesses being closed most of the time in a year. So they know that one way for them to survive is being on social media. All right, and if you see, all the social media platforms like Facebook has shop, Instagram has shop. So this going to be the future. People will be start purchasing from social media in the future. All right, you probably already see this happening already. Okay, so then social media will also be a discovery engine. Again, another term, right? So what is a discovery engine? All of you might have heard about search engine. When you want to buy something, you already know, okay, this is what I want to buy. So you go to Google to search, and then all these things appears, right? But Social media as a discovery engine is, you might need that, but you don't know yet. You might need that, right? So you see ads discovering you, all right? So ads reaching you. So now you are discovering the ads, all right? So you are doing a research in the social media when this ads comes to you. So that is what we call the discovery engine, right? Social media as a discovery engine. And people now, if you see the statistic here, 43% of consumer actually do a research on social media networks as well before they purchase anything. All right, okay guys. So and then uh, last but not least, the growth in messaging apps, your your messenger, your WhatsApp, your Telegram, all these are messaging apps. So you will see a high increase in messaging apps, right? So what you can do here is, again, like I mentioned earlier, chatbots. Look into chatbots because you want to encourage people to come and um, interact with you through your messages, and you cannot be there all the time to answer the messages, right? So get develop a good chatbot and let the chatbot help you with all these inquiries. All right, so I'll be sharing more of this in our Thrive Reloaded because there's a lot of things that we will be covering, in the under the trend that you have to look out in 2021. So yeah, for now I'm going to just end the session, and I'm going to open for Q&A. Thank you so much everyone for listening to me for the past almost 1 hour. So if you have any question, guys, please ask, feel free to ask. You can unmute yourself also, I would love to hear you talking.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I'll introduce myself first. My name is Abdullah Zain. For that, sorry for my broken English. Okay.
Sure. Yes, Abdullah. You can ask
Okay.
me in any language. I'm very fluent in Bahasa as well, okay?
Okay. Okay. If we open a business account on IG or Facebook,
Okay.
uh, about our profile picture is either our picture or our logo business. Where is appropriate to
If
we put.
Okay, very good question, right? Thank you, Abdullah. Actually, right, if this is a business page that you are creating on your Instagram account, you have like a professional account, you have a personal account, right? So I'm sure you're going for professional account, either creator or business account. So it's fine. So color to business account, and you also have a Facebook business account. This actually reflects your business. So it has to have a logo, unless the logo is you yourself is the logo. Let's say you are a insurance agent, right? You have public mutual or mutual fund agents or trainers who are actually, we are the brand. So then it's fine to have your picture there. But if it's a company, and the company has a logo, and you are actually operating behind the company, it's good to have the company's logo because that's what you want to brand, right?
Right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good question. So, any more guys? I would love to answer all your questions.
Hi, Gayatri.
Hi, Aisha.
Okay. Gayatri, I have a question. I have seen a lot of advertisement postings where, as a point of contact, they have put like a WhatsApp link or numbers to be contacted.
Mhm.
So, is it effective way to how we make the our customers to contact with us, or how we attract them to communicate with us in a messenger?
Okay, so if you want them to come to your messenger, the call to action, yeah, we have the CTA, right? The call to action, you can always switch it to messenger. Okay, so yes, I understand what you're trying to say. We see a post with like a lot of WhatsApp link. You click on the WhatsApp link and your message, you are directly connected to their WhatsApp. In fact, I won't say this is wrong or this is right. Okay, I want to see which is more effective. So for some of my clients, right, I don't really practice having the WhatsApp link there because let's say we want them to connect with us. I'll just put the send message. So they click, automatically they send us a message. Or if we just want to do a lead generation ads, so they just fill up the form. So we'll get all the particulars and then we will respond to them. But having said that, when it's a new experience for me as well that time. So a new client came and they're a college-based client. So for all their posts, they have already practiced having this WhatsApp. Okay, so the WhatsApp link, and for them it was working well. So I say, wow, if it's already working well with you, I'm not going to change the process. Let's just work around with that. But instead of just having it there, I will also have the CTA, whereby the click, it goes like lead generation, it's not only goes to a form, it can also come to our WhatsApp, right? Conversion, you can also come to the WhatsApp or a website and all that. So we do that. All right, but interestingly enough, maybe the audience already like they see the WhatsApp link there, they click that, so they find that it's easier for them. So I see for that particular client, instead of using the call to action button, they click the link to the WhatsApp. So for that particular client, it was effective. All right, so we just follow that. I won't say wrong, right, no, let's see what is effective, because we want to create that kind of experience for our customer, right?
Uh,
Okay, Aisha, did
thank
I
you.
answer that?
Yes, guys, thanks a lot. And I
Um,
have another question
can,
too.
can please
Okay,
ask.
sorry. Okay, let's say we are posting on our business in our page, right? So when someone is commenting or like or share our postings, so it's like keep going, rolling, and many people able to see. So how we can make it frequent? Are we going to keep sharing the same postings?
Sorry, I don't understand the question. So let's say you post something on your Facebook page, all right? And then people like and comment, and after that, what happens? It
Okay,
goes it goes down, meaning?
okay, meaning it's rolled down. Like for example, I put a posting, you give a comment on my posting, so that those who you know also able to see the posting. So it's like keep rolling, and my posting is still active. Okay, so if nobody comment or nobody likes, it doesn't roll, right? So how we
Okay.
keep
So
active?
this means you're talking about you posted in a business page or you are sharing in a group.
There's two things. Sometimes we will post in our business page. Sometimes we'll be shared to the groups, all that. So
Okay. So
two ways.
in groups it works a bit different. The moment you have like more engagement, your post will be shown a bit higher in the top, right? So this is why I seen in some groups they put things like up. They want this post to go up because it shows that there's some engagement there. So it shows the post will go up. But let's say when you are in a business page, in your business page, you post something and you don't get any comments and all that, probably because the content itself is not too engaging, one. The second thing is, if you want to increase the number of people commenting or sharing or liking the post, you can probably run a small amount for your ads. Just put like a 25 ringgit or less than that, for a 2 days you can go for like 8 ringgit, 10 ringgit, and then you can run some ads, so you'll get some engagement. Reposting is okay, it's okay, but not too frequent. Meaning to say, if you have a post and it's been working very well, rather than reposting, especially on Instagram, I can run another ads on it. Okay, did I answer the question? I hope I
Yeah,
got the question correct.
yeah, correct, Kayatthri.
Okay.
Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Okay, all right. So yeah, any more question, guys? Okay. Norman, I think I will pass the floor to you. And if you guys need to ask any question and all that, you can always connect with me on Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can ask me anything there. Alright? Kalau tak cukup masa sekarang, you can always ask me there. Okay.
Hi guys, thank you for joining this morning session with Miss Kayatthri. So my name is Norman. I'm from Excel Academy. So regarding our next coming event, I want to promote to our next public class is Digital Marketing Masterclass in 16 and 17 June. If you are interested, I will put our contact number in the chat box. So you can contact us through this number and also through email. And one more, I will share with you our Facebook link, which is you can see our upcoming event and also our upcoming public class. And we also want to promote our session with Miss Kayatri, which is in the Thrive Reloaded upcoming 7 July. So if you're interested, we can go to our Facebook page and take a look our upcoming event. Thank you guys for joining for this morning. Thank you, Miss Kayatri, all for the tips and knowledge. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, guys. So if you have anything, you can always get connected with me, all right? You might have a lot of questions, so just get connected with me. I'll try my best to help you guys. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Miss Gayatri.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Yes.
You.